Welcome back to the Think Strong Network. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful mental tool that's designed specifically for parents. Think of it as a simple framework that can help you turn those super stressful moments of conflict into real opportunities for connection. So let's dive right in. So I want to kick things off with a question for every single parent watching. Have you ever been in one of those situations with your kids where everything is just chaotic and you just react? You snap, you yell, maybe you say something you instantly wish you could take back. Of course you have. We've all been there. You have every intention of being the calm, patient parent, but then, in the heat of the moment, something else just completely takes over. And what that is, well, that's our emotional brain totally hijacking our logical one. The tantrum or the slammed door, it feels like a personal attack, right? And our first instinct is to fight back. But here's the thing. Reacting from that emotional place almost never gets us the results we actually want. Okay, so let's get real for a second. What's that one thing that really tests your patience? That specific trigger for you? Is it the dinner time battles, the absolute chaos of the morning rush, arguing over homework? Go ahead and drop it in the comments below. Honestly, sharing it helps us all realize we're definitely not alone in these struggles. To really get a handle on our reactions, we first have to understand what is going on inside our own heads. And it all starts with this really important difference between two words that sound super similar, thinking rationally and rationalizing. And trust me, they are worlds apart. And this slide, wow, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? Over on the left, rational thinking. That's our goal. That's clear thinking. It's like being the calm captain of your own ship. But on the right, rationalize. That's the trap. That's that little voice that makes up excuses after we've already exploded emotionally. It's the, well, I had to yell because they just weren't listening. It feels justified in the moment, but it's what keeps us stuck. So yeah, this is what we're aiming for. To be rational, to respond with logic and with purpose, in a way that truly serves our family. Rationalizing, on the other hand, is really just a defense mechanism. It's that bogus story we tell ourselves to feel better about how we acted, and it actually stops us from growing as parents. So the big question is, how do we make that shift from rationalizing to actually thinking rationally? Well, it's simpler than you might think. We use a checklist, a simple but incredibly powerful set of 5 questions you can ask yourself in pretty much any tense situation to get you grounded in logic and reason. Okay, first up, you got to ask yourself, is this real? Is my child's messy room really a sign that they don't respect me, or is it just a messy room? Is this a genuine 5-alarm emergency, or is my emotional brain just turning up the volume to 11? This question forces you to separate your story from the actual facts. Now, this one might sound a little dramatic, but health here absolutely includes your mental and emotional well-being. Is yelling and escalating this whole thing going to protect my peace of mind? Or is it just going to flood my system with stress and leave me feeling totally drained and full of regret later? The point is, your actions should support your well-being, not destroy it. This is huge for parents. Think about it. What is your long-term goal? I mean, really, it's probably to raise a kind, resilient, responsible human being who feels loved and safe with you. So will the thing you're about to do, the yelling, the sarcastic comment, will that get you any closer to that big goal, or is it going to push you further away? The goal here isn't about being a doormat. It's about being a de-escalator. We want to solve problems, not just win fights. So is this action going to pour water on the fire, or are you about to dump a whole can of gasoline on it? A rational choice always builds a bridge and protects the relationship. That's the real win. And finally, how do you actually want to feel when this moment is over? Do you want to feel connected and peaceful, or do you want to feel angry and full of regret? The action you choose right now directly leads to that feeling. This question puts you back in the driver's seat of your own emotional outcome. All right, let's pause here for our second question. Looking at these 5 questions, which one really jumps out at you? Which one hits home? Is it the one about checking for objective reality, or maybe the one about your long-term goals? Let us know down in the comments which question you think is going to be your new go-to. Okay, so we have the 5 questions. Awesome. But now let's make this super practical. How do you actually use this stuff in the real world? When the milk is all over the floor and everyone is screaming. It really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, pause. This is without a doubt the hardest and most important step. Just one single deep breath can create all the space you need. Step 2. Ask. You don't have to take 5 minutes to meditate on it, just a quick mental scan of those 5 questions. And step 3, act. Now that you have some clarity, you can choose a response that actually lines up with your goals and your values. And what happens when you follow those steps? You literally transform what could have been a huge conflict into a moment of genuine connection. You're not just putting out fires, you're actually modeling emotional intelligence for your kids and making your relationship with them even stronger. And now for the final piece of the puzzle that ties this whole thing together. It's a simple little guideline that takes all the guesswork out of it and tells you with total certainty whether or not your planned action is a rational one. And believe it or not, it all comes down to this one single number. That number is 3. And here is the rule. If you run through that mental checklist and you cannot answer yes to at least 3 of those 5 questions, then the action you're about to take is, by definition, not rational. It is an emotional reaction. It's like a big, clear, objective stop sign telling you to pause and choose a different path. And this really powerful framework we've been talking about comes from the educational highway, offering a clear path to more thoughtful and more effective communication. I really want to leave you with that core idea. The next time you feel that heat rising, that frustration building, ask the questions. And if you don't get at least 3 yeses, remember this simple, powerful truth. Your thoughts, behavior, or feelings are not rational. And that awareness right there is the first step to changing everything.